Hi, this is Albert with Mainland Cycle Center. Today I want to show you a 2014 Kawasaki Ultra 310X. So the 310X. Several different Ultras for 2014. We have the Ultra 310X, the one we're looking at here. There's the Ultra 310X Special Edition that is red and has the little step in the seat. And then there's the Ultra 310R, which has the race style handlebars and a little grippy seat. And then we have the Ultra 310LX, which has the big touring seat and the cutout on the handlebars for GPS, and then it also has the new jet sound on that Ultra LX. But what we're looking at here is the Ultra 310X. By no means is this a base model jet ski. This is one of our top of the line skis. They're all just equipped a little differently depending on what you want. And so this has the 310 horsepower motor. That's right, 310 horsepower. 310, absolutely incredible. It is a 1.5 liter 1500 cc 4-cylinder 4-stroke. It is fuel injected. It is water cooled. It is supercharged and intercooled. So the supercharger is a Eaton supercharger, and it's mounted right back in there. We're not going to be able to see it really, but it's right in there. It's belt drive off of the drive shaft. It's a twin rotor, 4 lobes on each rotor, I believe, supercharger, and then you have an intercooler. So what happens is that the supercharger compresses the air and heats that air and compresses that air to force it into the motor. So where normally your motor has to work to suck in that air, now that air is being forced into the motor. Now the problem with that air is that when you compress it, you heat it up. There's friction involved in the air, and it causes heat. Hot air is not good for producing horsepower. When people put nitrous on automobiles, on engines, the reason they do that is because it makes the charge cold, which makes it dense, more dense, which lets you get a greater charge, more air into the motor. So we run that air then basically through a radiator for air. So where the radiator in your car uses air to cool down the hot water, here we're using cool water to cool down the hot air. And so we have an intercooler, basically a radiator for air. And that is cooling that air temperature back down to the ambient temperature outside, and in some cases even lower depending on the water temperature. So supercharged and intercooled all adds up to 310 horsepower, which is the highest horsepower jet ski on the market. Just absolutely incredible. Awesome acceleration on this thing. You've got mirrors, full digital instrumentation, tach, fuel gauge, speedometer, hour meter, clock, all of that good stuff. Got a huge storage compartment in the front. You open that front hood there. Got a little storage tray here. This is your fire extinguisher compartment. Fuel fill. These do require premium fuel. It is a high performance jet ski. And then you've got this massive 55-gallon storage compartment in the front of the boat. Just absolutely massive. So lots of room just to haul anything you need to haul, within reason, of course. But it also has a little storage tray here. You've also got a little storage compartment here in front of the handlebars, and this is where your ignition switch goes. So you've got, these are the keys for it. And so there's 2 keys here. You've got the green key, it just says Kawasaki on it. That is the full power. And then we've got this one that says SLO. That is Smart Learning Operation. And so that is a reduced power key there. And those keys just go in right here. Okay. Now you also have a lanyard, of course, ties to your wrist. That slides right here behind the stop button. And if you fall off, that pulls the kills the boat. These have electronic cruise control, so these are your up and down cruise control buttons. This is to set the cruise control. Also, it has a wake mode setting, so you can put these in the wake mode, which is really a no wake mode. So if you're going through a no wake zone, you can put it in that wake mode, and it'll only do 5 miles an hour without you having to touch the throttle. So the wake mode. Also, the handlebars will adjust, so they tilt up and down. So for standing or sitting, depending on how you're riding or whatever's comfortable for you, you can adjust those handlebars. These also have electronic tilt and trim, so you can tilt and trim the nozzle, raise and lower the nozzle in the back with this yellow button. Get the performance just how you want, depending on the water condition. go ahead and put this seat back in place. So a two-piece seat, and the reason it's two pieces is so that you can remove the rear seat to access this storage compartment. Pop on and off real easy. Grab handle here, another grab handle down low. I've always liked that on the Ultras. Makes it really easy for getting back on the boat in deep water. Tow hook here for pulling a skier or a tuber. These also have a retractable rear boarding step, so again for getting on in deep water. Dual drain plugs. There's your exhaust outlet. And then this is the engine flush. The black one is for the engine. The gray one is for the intercooler. So anytime you're riding salt water, when you take it out of the water, you want to flush those out with fresh water. Sponsons on the side, just to add stability. These do have HydroTurf mats, really great looking HydroTurf mats. HydroTurf mats, if you don't know what those are, it's just a brand name. And in the past, we would buy a factory jet ski and then you change the mats, install HydroTurf mats because they were better looking and had better grip. But now they're factory. Here's your reverse handle. If you'll notice, this is on the opposite side of the throttle, so you can work the forward and reverse with one hand and the throttle with the other. These also have a fuel economy mode, so you can put them in fuel economy mode, and that'll favor a fuel economy over performance. So it still goes plenty of fast in the in the economy mode, but it will give you a little better fuel economy. Great looking hull, deep V. One of the cool things about these, I have these really great spray strips in here. So these little strips, as water tries to come up the hull, these spray strips knock that water back down, which keeps you from getting water coming over the front of the boat and getting a face full of water. Really a nice dry ride. This is also, the Ultras are known for being one of the smoothest rough water boats on the market. So if you're riding in choppy water, this is one of the smoothest boats handling wise and just ride wise in choppy water. Great looking boat, black on the bottom, black here with this metallic stardust white, I think we call it. It's a kind of a metallic white. You know, pearls don't really seem to be the flavor of the day anymore, but rather this kind of metallic or white is really a nice color. All right. These also have Kawasaki smart steering. If you haven't ridden a jet ski before, then maybe you don't know this, but most watercraft will not turn without the throttle being applied. So the nozzle back here moves. You can see that that's moving. That moves, the handlebars move this nozzle, so if you put it that way, it's going to turn the jet ski. And do it this way, it'll turn it the other way. But what happens with a jet ski is if there's no thrust coming out of here, then you don't have any steering. Now, all the Kawasaki's have smart steering. So if you're at speed and you let off the throttle and turn that wheel, it'll give you some off-throttle steering. So it's a really nice safety feature. And this does have the smart steering as well as that smart learning mode, that slow mode. All right, well that's a rundown on the Kawasaki Ultra 310X. All right, we are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in Lamar, Texas. We're about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com, by phone at 409-948-4969, and we would just love it if you give us a call, shoot us an email, or even better, come by and see us in person here at Mainland Cycle Center, where we would love to help you just any way that we can. Hey, thanks for watching.